This is the 2.4 redo for microecon, and the first question asks you to explain the concept of surplus using a real-life market. So a surplus is the extra gain after an exchange. And let's say I was willing to pay $3 for a pencil, but the actual price is only $1. Then my extra gain would be $2. And the next question asks you to explain where the consumer surplus exists. So the consumer surplus exists in the top part of the equilibrium point, so the triangle right here. And this is what the consumers were willing to pay minus the real price, like the example I had earlier. And on the other hand, the producer surplus is the bottom part of the triangle below the equilibrium point. This is what the price the actual consumers paid minus the prices that the sellers were willing to sell for. So if the price by the consumer was $4 and they were only willing to sell it for $1, then the producer surplus would be $3. The third question asks you, how do you calculate the area of the consumer surplus? So because the consumer surplus makes a triangle, we use the area of a triangle, which is half base times height. And for example, we know that the base would be the quantity, so 5, and the height would be right here, which is 20 minus 10, so 10. And our total consumer surplus would be 25. The fourth question asks you, in a real life market, what happens to a consumer surplus when there is an increase in demand of a product? So an increase in demand would increase the consumer surplus, as the shift causes a larger triangle overall. And on top of this, it makes sense because if more people were willing to buy pencils, then there would be more consumer surplus in total.